Same workout, one on money blackout. Yo, yeah, before. Yo, yeah. Got a workout, that on money workout. Got the same workout, one on money blackout. We not here for it. We got baby a trade. It's time for us to put hands together. Move our country power. Let's stop the hate. Pushing fake messages. Enough for us. Never stopping our money. Yeah. Well, I love you. Overseas. You pay the project black. You feel style on social media. You are red now. No need more play. No money blackout. Just stop it. All the messages you preaching, you not doing it to the blackout. You doing it to the people, the poor people, the people you claim to love, the people you want to rule. Gotta work out, not on a money work out. Gotta see work out, one on a money blackout. Yeah, before, yo, yeah. Gotta work out, not on a money work out. Gotta see work out, one on a money blackout. We not here for it. We got baby a trade. Work out, making us hate one another. Encouraging others for our country need. We should go and demonstrate. And I met you will be there. And I met demonstrate, yeah. Let me ask you where out. When we for our country, who will help us answer? They say no, where can say no. When you bring out a hella, who will help us settle it? They say no, where can say no. Making sure to gain power. We not yet for like kind of flower. Where can get black out the chest? We are one. We are one. Get past it, then we are the chest. We are one. We are one. Can't you see? He's very rose. We are one. We are one. He's building hospital. We are one. We are one. Take a look at it. All right, folks. Welcome. It is a beautiful day here at Talk TV Media Network. The family of Talk TV Media Network is having a good time here at Talk TV Media. Today is December 3rd, 2022. Man, the year has come to an end. The last month of the year. What an amazing year 2022 has been. But folks, welcome to the show here. My name is Sam Gadu, and my co-host, what's your name, man?
I'm Otising Yowo.
Otis in your wall. Welcome to the show, my brother. What news from your end?
Thank God, no bad news. God is still providing for us. The only
Oh,
thing one has to struggle and hustle for the daily bread before you get it.
but God has to provide for you, man. Yeah. Once there's life, there's always hope. And that is what I think we all look forward to receiving. Once there's life, there's always hope. God is always providing, you know. But thank God, especially from my end too, that I'm finally back on air. Um, to be able to give our viewers the best of the best when it comes to broadcasting. Coming back on the air, we've been down for a week, due to technical breakdowns, illnesses, and stuff. But we strive just to make sure that we bring what is best for our listening audience. And folks, you can share the link on your various platforms. Um, you can watch us right now simultaneously on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and also on my own personal page as well. So share the link. But today we are resuming our regular weekly broadcast, which has to do Saturday, as you know, of course, there's politics. Man, you ready for politics, man? To talk? We as an independent network, we just don't take sides. We just talk the truth. We speak what is real for the Liberian people. You ready for it?
Yes, I'm ready for it.
Okay. So as you know, the song was saying the white cow uh, don't
Undermines
what?
it. That undermines the black card.
Yeah, the white cow undermines the white cow. Looking at next year, my man, politics is getting very, very close. Elections are closing in. 2023 is around the corner. We literally have less than 30 days for this year to be uh, gone. And Liberia will be looking forward for a new set of leadership, or the same leadership, if we are satisfied. If Liberians are pleased with the leadership they have, or are they going to find a new leadership? If that is to be seen, we will be able to find out come 2023. But however, on the line for discussion for today, as you can see, the topic for discussion, we will be talking about the president's diplomatic trip, and that's why we asked the question: is it deceptive? And we want to look into the nitty gritty of what's happening when it comes to the president's trip. Also, we'll be looking at the improvement at the Liberia Electricity Corporation, LEC, to be called for short. We saw this week, that they have a new power grid coming from Ivory Coast for constant electricity. So we'll also love to talk about that as well. And of course, the World Cup. The World Cup is ongoing. It's a shocker. United States just got kicked out of the round of 16. Sorry, we just got beat. We just got beaten by Netherlands, 3 goals to 1. And as we look forward for the next World Cup, which will be held here in the United States, Mexico, and Canada, at least it will give us enough time to prepare, the national team of the United States of America. But today, my hats off to the boys. I know the frustrations. I'm frustrated as well to see you go home so early, but you guys did well. A young team that is in the making. And right now, we have another game that will be coming up at 1 p.m. Central Time here. And that will be, I think, 7 o'clock your time. That will be between Argentina and I think, who? Which other country is that? Argentina and who? Hmm? Argentina and Australia. Yeah. Argentina and Australia will be coming up. The likes of Lionel Messi will be coming up pretty, pretty, pretty soon, right after this show. But man, the president on his trip. Let's talk about it. The old man joined. He said he left Liberia. He his first stop was Egypt. Had a summit, then France. Then we saw the Pape, the old man in Qatar. And while he was in Qatar, he wrote the legislature for extension of his trip, another 25 days, that he won't be returning until December 18th. President Weah will not be returning to Liberia until December 18th, 7 weeks out of the country. First time in history. Who does that? Is he even concerned about the security apparatus of the country, the nation? Liberia has gone through war for 14, 15 years of war. We have experienced that. But if you do what he's doing in other foreign countries, it's very shaky. You're in a country, and they want to, and people want to overthrow you. Then how much more when you give them room for almost 6, 7 months? But Liberia, thank God, Liberia is a peaceful country. There's nothing else we want but peace at this point, and that's not what we are inciting. That's not what's. But my thing is, did the president take all of that into consideration? The good thing is nothing happens, because that's why we're praying. Because the opposition now is gearing up for a rally, a campaign against the Weah-led government, which is to be held, if I'm right, on December 17th, just the day before his arrival back into the country. Right? What do you make up? What do you make up of all of that? Right? What do you make up of all of that? Of the president's travel out of the country, uh, the legislature, some members of the legislature are thinking of feeling right now that the president's travel was deceptive. And so we want to find out how deceptive it is. Because just to give you a heads up, Montserrado Senator Darius Dillon was quoted as saying that he wants interrogation into the letter that President Weah sent from Qatar to the legislature asking for extra 25 days of extension for his trip, right? And we also want to find out to what benefit is it for the Liberian people? Because if we've seen the old man sitting down there in Qatar having fun, yeah, there's nothing wrong with going to the World Cup. There's nothing wrong with watching as a father to go and see your son watch or play international sports, which he himself has done over the years. But the thing is, the biggest question that is lingering here is it at the expense of the taxpayers' money? That is the biggest question. And because we all know that all the enjoyment, the entourage of diplomats, of leaders, of peoples from all spectrum of life, from within the CDC-led government and his administration that are traveling with him, President Weah will not be able to pull all of that out by himself, his own personal expense. Does he owe that to the Liberian people to know as to I'm traveling, right? But this is what is costing the Liberian people. The Liberian people has employed me to work for them. So I'm accountable to them, right? So people want to find out as to, is Weah's trip out of the country deceptive? Did he lie to the legislature? If he doesn't, why is it that his travel expense is not known? Because he owes that to us, the Liberian people. We need to find out as to what the trip is costing the Liberian government, because he's having a good time with other people. And how is it benefiting the country for 7 weeks out of the country? Mr. Ottison.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to our people across the globe on this issue tonight or this evening. Discussing politics in Liberia, especially the father over the land, over the nation of Liberia, which is the president, is an important issue that we need to discuss clearly to our people so that they can understand it, those who need to understand it, and those who have understood it before, that they too will get more. When we talk about the trip, or diplomatic trip of our president, first thing we need to do is that let's ask ourselves first, how did he leave the country? If we first know how he left the country, then what is it that Liberia going to benefit from his trip?
Right.
The Liberians, what is the benefit they're going to get from his trip? What will we boast of? That when our president went out for 7 weeks, it was a result, or this is a result. And as we all know, he is a record setter, maker. He had already set record again for president leaving country for 7 good weeks, 1 month, 3 weeks. It's very disappointing. And it will only be disappointing if he returns with nothing. Because I cannot conclude here, I cannot give the verdict or the ruling out today that he will not bring anything good for us, or we are not going to benefit anything from the diplomatic trip. But what we are sensing in this case is that
Right.
before he left the country, was the legislature, the House of the Legislature, aware of his leaving, or they were only aware after he left already that he needed the extension of his diplomatic trip from at least 4 weeks to 7 weeks, or how? Because I learned the other time I
Man, the
saw
people,
one of
man,
the
the people, man, the people were aware. The people were, they were aware. They knew that, right?
one of the lawmakers, the district number 10 lawmaker from Masurado demanded the return of the president, that is Honorable Yeke Kolba, in the House in section. So these are the things we have to sit and think on. How really are we going to benefit from this trip he made? That he is still there, showing no sound to the Liberian people. Now he has left, and also the finance minister had an accident. He too left. He is out of the country. And there are more key members in the government of our country,
And,
especially for him. The
and
father.
that's Otis, I think that's one area where we will even touch. Our hats off to Minister Toy and his family, and not only him, all those that were involved in the accident, leaving from Lofa County, heading back to the capital, Monrovia. We do not understand or know the intricacies of what's happening, the extent of it, uh, the the extent of the accident, but as reliable sources, the minister is out of the country seeking medical treatment. But then comes the question. That is for the big boys, right? That is for the big boys. The people that were in the accident and part of the accident, you know, they had to be treated in Liberia.
Yes.
The big guys had to be flown out of the country at the expense of taxpayers' money. So this is why we've always said, what is going on with the country, with the government not being able to create the infrastructure, especially when it comes to healthcare, the medical part of it, build or equip the institutions with up-to-date technology, medical technology equipment.
Yeah, especially this community.
If Minister Twain was going to be treated at JFK or Kelly Hospital or ELWA Hospital, that would have saved the Liberian people a lot of money. It would have saved the Liberian people a lot of money. Or are we saying that his life is more important than those who actually were driving him? That they had to stay in Liberia to be treated?
Yes.
Those are the things we're talking about, right? That these guys need to understand the dynamics, what's going on. Why go into a foreign country and spend all those thousands and thousands of dollars for medical health care or checkup or treatment when you can do the same thing? You are at the helm of power. You are at the apex, the zenith of power to implement those kind of things. Liberia has doctors, trained doctors that can handle complex cases. All they need is good facilities, good hospitals, well equipped. Is that hard? Is that impossible? No, it is not impossible for us to have good hospitals. The government officials are sick. The government officials will not have to travel out of the country to seek medical attention. That is it. That saves the Liberian people money. That saves taxpayers money. Why? Because you have to trust your own people. That is the system. You are at the power, at the helm of power to control that, to implement that. So you should do that. I'm not saying that what happens is a bad thing. I mean, all of us
Yes,
have been involved into accidents. Some of us, we are sitting here today only by the grace of God. Terrible accidents. You know, nobody wants Minister Square dead. In fact, the country needs him. But he's at that point, he's one of the decision makers that's supposed to know that the infrastructure, the medical department of Liberia needs to be restructured and revitalized so they can keep up with the 21st century challenge. If you have to run out of the country to seek medical advice or medical treatment, and you live in your own country, your own facilities, that says a lot. There's something wrong with that.
That even portrays that they are telling us that they don't trust their own country. Their own country that they control, they don't trust it. Because how every one of them, anytime any one of them has challenge, they will leave, they'll go out of Liberia instead of to treat themselves within the country. That is the reason those that are in the government, let them try to standardize all those social amenities like education, like health facilities. They have to involve themselves into that, because no one will leave out and come and help upgrade the hospitals in our country or help upgrade the schools in our country, but rather themselves. That is why we voted them. That is why they are representing us. That is why they are seated over there to make decisions on our behalf. Because all of us as Liberians cannot get there and make decisions for ourselves, for the entire country. But those that are there that will make them to go there, they are forgetting to know that. They are forgetting to know our needs as common people. They are forgetting to know our needs as the masses who carry them over there. That is the reason that most of the time when they leave, there can be heavy loss within the country. And that's not good. That does not tell well for the country. That is not tell well for the people that you are controlling. Make sure anytime when you have any issue, let the people know, I'm going so for this reason, and that will be the benefit. If he had told us that, I'm talking about the president now. If he had told the last people that I'm going for 7 weeks, and the 7 weeks I'm going for, this will be the benefit for you guys. This will be the benefit for the country, that even if I'm not in leadership tomorrow, but it will be a legacy. That even if myself is not present or in government again, people will have to narrate. People will have to tell. History will read itself. That yes, indeed, it was once President this that went out for 7 weeks, and there was a head mark. There was a mark he made.
Otis, you know what? From all works of wisdom, I will give him the chance until he returns, because it looks like this. When you head of the household as a father and you leave, you travel. You didn't tell the children where you're going, or you told the children where you're going, but at the end of the day, you're coming home. When you're coming home, the children expecting something to be in the bag, in the old man bag. Mm-hmm. And whether that potato inside, whether that banana inside, whatever in our bag, there is expectation. Whether it make worth for your leaving, for your absence, if your trip is significant enough, the Liberian people will know come December 18th. Right? So we cannot be quick to just diminish that until we see what the president is bringing. The father of the nation will come back on December 18th. When he speaks to the Liberian people, to the children, say, "Oh, my people, I went for 7 weeks, though. I stay alone for almost whole 7 weeks, 1 month plus. But I came back with something. I came back with something strong, something heavy, something that will elevate, that will help the household or help us as a people. Here is it." Then it will shut the mouths of the critics. But until we see that, we cannot make judgment. We cannot conclude on judgment, right? Until we see, until we see when the president returns. When he returns.
What I have to put in that case, because someone called president, let's understand first why he uses a day. And you compare with the 7 weeks that he taken out, and all the 7 weeks he taken out, he should have been getting something from here to sustain himself over there. and he
Right.
carried dedicates, more than
Right.
40 persons.
We already know from what Minister Twist said that the president allowance, travel allowance alone is $2,000 a day.
Yes, a day. So
$2,000. Two
can
thousand
we?
US dollars a day. We're not talking about travel paradigms, the entourage, the people he traveling with, all of that and stuff. And even
So
if the thing is, even this is a unique thing the Liberian people don't know, because we are hearing it from the opposite, from the ruling party, that some of these trips are being sponsored by foreign government. Even if these trips are sponsored by foreign governments, these guys will still be paid our
yes,
taxpayers' money, right? All those on the entourage, their daily per dimes, allowances, they all will be paid. $2,000 a day for 7 weeks. You do the math, because I'm not going to do the math.
yes.
So
So
that is what.
how many
That's
how
what.
many days? How many days in the 7 weeks? And how much do they spend a day for the entire dedicates? And then calculate how many days in the 7 week, and then calculate the amount they're going to be spending a day for the 7 weeks. And then at the end of the day, compare with what they will bring as a result to us.
Right. Well, we'll find out. That's why I said let the old man come back. When he comes back, then we'll figure out. But
So
anyway,
for that,
uh,
we
yeah.
need to at least take that somewhere and leave it aside. But again, what I'm trying to understand again, if like others have been saying that he only went over there to witness the FIFA World Cup whatsoever, or his son, if that is the case, if only that it is true, then my question is that does he value FIFA World Cup or his son to Liberia?
My man, you're supposed to. That's not even a question for you to ask. Why don't you know that as a Liberian? George Money Weah. How do you think they know the man? Football, soccer.
Element Foundation
That the
there.
man thing there, that the papa era there. Sonny guy say everybody get their era.
Mhm.
That era there. But the Liberian people thought politics was an era. But with all the way the old man president, his number one thing on his plate that soccer, that football. That his number one.
Everywhere he went, he played.
And that's why this country is struggling. That's why the country is struggling. But I will let you know, just to divert from the president's trip, um, to another topic that has to do with the Liberian people, especially when it comes to feeding Liberians, when it comes to food business in Liberia, when it comes to rice business in Liberia. We saw an increment, a new release this week that came out from Commerce Ministry, the increment of rice, the price of rice on the market, official statement, I don't know, you guys were buying rice over there for 13, 14, now you're going up to $17 and 17.50 a bag. Can you imagine? So we are averaging right now, Liberians need to start looking ahead, thinking that a bag of rice will be 20 US dollars.
Yeah.
That's why you need to average, period. 20 US dollars.
In a subsequent time, it's going to be 20.
Yeah, I mean, you are 17.50 now. You are 17.50, 20 US dollars. Are the Liberian people ready for that? How is it helping the country? Because we've been experiencing rice shortage into the country. Are they trying to take a curve before the 2023 election so there will not be an issue of rice into the country? Is that the strategy? Is that the plan? So how be it? We want to hear from the Liberian people. Is the market open enough for competition? Because when there's a free market enterprise and a free market system with competition at its highest peak, even though the government price is $17 or $17.50, when there is high competition in the market, it will still drop. That the beneficiaries for market competition are the customers. The customer will benefit.
Well, how many rice importers do you have in your country?
Maybe one or two.
So how would that be robbery?
Yeah. So that brings into question the free market system. Major importers of rice into the country. You know, we literally just one or two. In fact, I don't know if it used to be two until the other group left and they're now into fisheries and stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, before the last shortage of rice we just had recently, when the president traveled, it was just one company, and that's what caused that. So what have we learned from the past shortage of rice into the country? That's my take on that. But that's hard for a Liberian who is now working, for a Liberian who has a table market down Watersa, or really, and selling their little potato grain, dry boni, trying to make a day a living. That is hard for Liberians in an economy that is in complete poverty. The poverty rate is so high. That's high.
Chris,
For a beggar, you know how much a salmon cup costs over there?
I'm here, so so I will know our thing. Who inside?
Yeah, I don't know how you're. I don't know how you're living it over there.
and I don't know. Maybe the people are thinking that they have made everything easy for us of how to make money. That is why the prices of things are elevating.
Right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But to even make money here, you gotta be strong. So now the country becoming like only the strongest shall survive. You that lazy, you get back to the interior part and manage it with the family over there.
But if I were there, though, I would prefer being probably living in the countryside, the interior part of Liberia, than in the city, man, because the city is so congested, so packed, and you have free air out of the city, free life, easy. Come to town and buy what I want to buy and go back. I think it's much easier and better to live there, but the city is so jam packed. People think that everything that you want in life is only in central Monrovia, Montserrado County, which is so far, so much untrue. When you go to
Yeah,
places like Ganta, you don't want to come back Monrovia to live in Monrovia. You don't. When you go places like Lofa, the only thing these people need, the central part of Liberia needs, the rural part of Liberia, I mean, needs it's good roads.
good rules.
Good roads. That's it. you know. But who in their right mind, literally, if I'm getting what I want from the other side, the rural part of Liberia, where there's fresh produce, fresh food, um, 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 free air, nice, very good environmental air, you
The
know.
whole thing is just a matter of roads. When the road connections are free everywhere, all parts of the country is easy. Many people will go back to their interior parts and then live their good life over there.
Right, right.
Just a good connection network.
So that is what I think, folks. Let me see. English writers, welcome to the show, man. Those of you watching us, the line's open right there. We will open our lines briefly. If you need to call in, you can call in. The number is 539-525-1552. And the local number on the screen as well is down there. You can call on that number as well. Those of you who are watching and want to contribute to the show. So today we are talking about the president's visit. Is it deceptive? Did he lie to the legislature? And also, we also want to find out as to the increase of rice, official pronouncement of rice prices into the country. Um, and then we'll be attacking our last subject, which has to do with the Liberia Electricity Corporation, LEC, right?
Yeah.
And let me bring that on the table, Utterson, because I know time is very fast spent, and I want us to touch on that, which I think is a very good endeavor for LEC for the country. There it is. big light has come. You know, um, do you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's at least that is some good news right there. That's some good news right there.
Because Liberia now, no stable current,
So,
no stable
so,
network,
so,
no stable
so,
food.
well, what you looking at, folks? This is Liberia switching on stable electricity finally from the CLSG grid, which means they are increasing power capacity by 27 megawatts. Into Liberia. So what that means is normally during the dry season, the Mount Coffee plant, Let me remove that. The Mount Coffee plant normally has enough water to 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 supply electricity during the rainy season. But then during the dry season, it goes down and it lose power. That's the time they normally share power around town. They call it Christmas light, LEC Christmas light, Christmas current. They're distributing Christmas around. But this time they had an agreement that we saw the various dignitaries of government, uh, 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 the ambassador, the United States ambassador, the EU representatives, all were in the meeting when it launched that grade in connection with that of Ivory Coast, right? And which is a good thing when
Yes.
you look at it. It's a very good thing because what that does is it will be the Liberian government will be able to uh, connect with the CLSG grid, which will be able to deliver the missing part of the electricity during the how you call it during the dry season now. The distribution of current, the way it used to be distributed, only the big shot then will get it,
Yes.
and the poor man get it, or the guys that get the big businesses will get electricity, and the common man in the neighborhood who cannot get electricity. They said that will not happen. That is what we heard from Minister Money Captain, and he was very instrumental. Money Captain was very instrumental in getting this deal done um, as well as chief executive officer for LEC. So our hats off to him and the entire crew for those improvement in Liberia, because those of us that live here in America, Otising, it is not that we don't experience electricity gone. It will go like that, but in seconds it comes back.
Yeah.
You know,
That would be the
which
change of power.
we call that electrical outage. Those outages normally take place, but that doesn't mean electricity is gone for 1 day, 2 days, or hours. No. In fact, when it's gone, the guys are on the pole, on the lines, working to make sure, because other people, the supply of electricity into homes, people are on oxygen, surviving oxygen to live. So away from that electricity, comes death. Hospitals are being fed with constant electricity, and other people have power generators that were kicked in just for the moment. If it is gone for maybe there's a transformer blowout for like 20, 30 minutes, they are fixing it. Those generators were kicked in to, supplement that. But in the case of Liberia, we are going to observe and see how true this is, right? So Liberia, where is it? Liberia switches on stable electricity from CLSG. Great. So we saw them did the launching. Now we want to see how stable it's going to be. The challenge is going to be come January, February, March, the peak months when there is complete dry season, heat is taking place. We'll see how well that's going to work. But I want to get your view, your viewpoint as to all of this when it comes to LEC.
Yeah, for that, my
Because
very self,
I can see your own LEC just it gone.
it gone. I just try to manage it with other source of current. Um, I believe that when we get that, I think it will help a little because it will just be a support for the one we have here. Maybe the one we have for ourselves in Liberia here will help support some parts of the city, and that would be again for and the rest of the other part of the city. So with that, I think they are going to be a stable current if only they implement the real policies or the procedures that the current going to be stable at all times, maintaining the machines or whatsoever. Maybe I think there will be a stable current in our country now. And when there is a stable current, I think network also will have some good usage in our country. Because even the network that we use on our mobile phones has to
Mhm.
do with current, enough current. But the little current you have, the little information you receive, the little current you receive. But when there's a good voltage, at least there should be some productions in the country happening because there are some people right now in this city, they want to do some productivity. Well, how would they do it? How would they carry on their production? Because they don't have current, they are lack of current. And they don't have the money, the capital to sustain the generator or the machine to use to produce the production they want to. So that is the reason that when we get the enough or stable current in this country now, I think Morovia want to improve and it outskirt they're going to improve. Then the other parts of the country too, where there is a good road, they too will benefit from the current that we have here to be stable, because they too will implement established businesses and other uh, things that will help improve the lives of other people, help sustain their lives, help get something at the end of the day to sustain their families. So I think this current at this time, when we get it, it will be stable because it will just be now two sources. That other one and this we have in our country.
Yeah,
It
but
will help.
the only problem that I have, which I like what LEC is implementing, has to do with the task force that they have set up with Mirabro, chairing that task force, going around in communities and cutting lines and current that people are stealing, because you need current. The government is trying hard to provide current. The least thing you want to do is to go around and steal the current, because all they are saying is, we have the electricity, we will supply you, but come and register and pay for it. We'll give you your meter. You have your own meter, right? Which is a good thing. All around the world, the electricity that I'm using here, I'm paying for it. If I steal it, I'm a thief.
Yeah.
I'm a thief. So I like what's happening, what Mary Bra and the task team is doing. They're very aggressive, and that will save thousands, if not millions of dollars to the Liberian government, right?
Yes.
So Liberian people, when you have your part, the government has their part, you have to do your part, which has to do register for a meter, get your electricity connected, and use what you pay for, what you can afford. That's it.
And the
That's
people
it.
are trying, really, the government, because coming towards Boston community, Red to Dryson, they are building another sub power center over there for LEC, and that would be good.
Right. So
That
so
means
my thing is, people need to learn. People need to stop stealing current electricity. People need
yeah,
Liberians need to stop stealing, because when you're stealing current or electricity, you're not helping the government. You are
you are not.
contributing. You are being part of the problem. That's the
You
only
are
thing.
reducing the country resources, and with that or from that the government will help accumulate or achieve something that they will make good use of for the country. But if you are stealing, then the government not going to get it from you, and you don't live on the free basis. You have to pay for it.
And you need people need to learn to realize the benefit of electricity, especially in Liberia at nighttime when you have light, electricity. It drives thieves, people who want to come over to steal, armed robbers, or whoever it is who have criminal intent. It drives them away. That is what electricity does. Because when you're walking or you find yourself in a neighborhood that is completely dark, you don't know what you're running into. So the benefit of that is, let's all Liberians be positive enough. Let's support the effort of LEC, since they are willing and they have made negotiations. Even the international community said it though. I listened to them. They want to support Liberia electrical setup, but they have to curtail and stop the stealing of current, because electricity is not free. It's not free. I mean, in the Western world, here in America, Europe, it's not free. Why may you think it's going to be free in Liberia? You know, if you think you can't afford, if you think you're going to be stealing current, then go put out your solar panels, your solar system. That's all. But if the government is going to supply you, don't steal. Don't steal the current. Pay for it. Promote the agenda. Promote what the government wants to do. And this is the beauty of our network. We definitely talk about good when we see good. We talk about negative. When we see bad, we point it out. We talked about it. That's why we are an independent network. I Talk TV Media Network. When we are in the government is doing good, we point it out. When doing bad, we hold them accountable too. That's why. So LEC, the family at LEC, you guys doing well. So far, keep it up. That's a good thing. Man, Orteson.
Yes, sir.
We are almost down to the wire. Almost down to the wire for us to be out of here. We do have a game coming up. One more match. Let me bring you. Let's divert from the politics to sports right now. United States lost today to Netherlands, 3-1. We're looking at ways that a U.S. team will be able to strategize for the next World Cup. But the game's still going on. We have a game that will be coming up literally in about 8 minutes. And that will be between Argentina and Australia. Lionel Messi. And so as we come to the close of this, I mean, we got a very good game coming up. I'm looking at it right now on the screen. Let me point it out so you can see it. For our viewers, man, look at it. Yeah, look at it, got it. Yeah, look at it. Look at the man there, man. Look at the man there. The man there ready, ba.
I see my man, Messi.
Yeah, look at the man there. The man there. Look at Messi there. They're ready. The game is going on. It's about to start. The in the turner. They will soon be going live to start the game. You know, what do you think, man? I think the way we've been watching. Argentina play, if they mess around today, Australia would take them out, because those guys are not playing. They're not playing. You see, they're not playing. Those guys not playing, because round 16 is a knockout, complete knockout. They're gonna, you play, you lose, you're out.
You're out. You wait for others.
You lose, you're out. That's how it is. You know, so. I mean, I literally look forward to seeing Argentina move on. You know, as you can see, I look forward for Argentina to move on.
They're going to try and do their best more than what they did the other time. But if they can do like the other time, then they will lose.
Yeah, but they got to feed the ball to Messi.
Yeah.
You know, they got to give the ball to Messi.
So because even if they have Messi among them, Messi is one cannot make a team. So football
that's
is
a threat. That's a threat. Messi is a threat.
With the ball, then they're going to lose.
Yeah, Messi is a threat to the team. So they got to feed the ball to Messi. They got to play fast. Well, they already played fast, but they haven't had a very good rhythm, right? They really haven't had a very good rhythm, just so you know. But I look forward for how you call it, for Argentina to take over this match. You know, I wish them success to move on to the next stage, because, I mean, this is a football country, just like Brazil. They play. They don't play. You know, they do their thing. That's how Brazil, Argentina is. So right now, they're singing the national anthem, and within a minute, Soccer will be starting. And that brings it close to our broadcast, folks. Oh my God, what kind of beating the English writer putting over here, my people? Let me see.
You see the man name?
Yeah, the man issue, the man right here. I want to talk about that LEC issue. Oh my God. Yeah, English writer can write. What I like English writer for. Yeah. Always following us. One of our strong supporters, English writers. I'm very proud of you for supporting us. So hats off to you. A special shout out to everyone who's celebrating your birthdays this month of December. We want to say on behalf of Talk TV Media family, we want to say happy birthday to you. Those of you all the December born. And I remember people my Christmas on y'all. Let me tell you now.
And happy pre-birthday to me.
Pre-birthday to you when? When's your birthday?
Next year, April.
Oh man, shut up. Next year. We're not talking about next year.
23.
People talking about 2022. The last
They
one.
probably sending me 2 more with their birthdays here, so I want my own to reach now.
And happy birthday to the most known person on the face of the earth, Jesus. You know, he too was born December 25th. So my LeBron people, my birthday on y'all. My birthday on y'all.
Well, yeah.
So yeah. So that's how we're gonna roll. And also tomorrow we'll be here at 1 p.m. to bring you the gospel show. Here tomorrow at Talk TV Media Network. Until then, folks, man, what's your final word before I switch on to soccer?
Well, my final word is that I'm anticipating the president to be back with a good result, with a good report, good update for us that we will benefit of. And I wish the finance minister speedy recovery wherever he is tonight. God heal him. And I pray that this country, the government should understand its people and be able to help them to their expectations. And also, I know the CEO one not the way it is before give me. So thank you to all of you that are monitoring us tonight, like my friend, English writer, Augustine Hina. Good evening, bro. So to all the Talk TV presenters or reporters, good evening to all of you guys and to all our viewers around the world. So thank you so much, CEO.
Well, you don't no problem. Why are you trying to talk about me later?
Do you trade options?
My Timothy Dell, that American team there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is how we join from one show to the next show. Hey folks, so this is how we come to the close of the politics, the weekly politics here at Talk TV Media Network. Right now, we're going to switch right from here. We're going to give you just 5 minutes of soccer, sports, and we will tell you what's going on here. Right after this. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial before I burn your hand. Yeah. Tell you the story about a freedom. If I see you lying to the people, the people told you are wicked, we never believe it. Now you are proving yourself. Get the people change, freedom on top. If they're okay, in the middle of the night. I had a dream, and I saw Poncante crying.
crying so much. And I wake up in the middle of the night. And I call my beautiful wife. I said, come for Colette. I had a dream, David. I saw forget the crying, say, the leader for the nation. Then I call my little son. I'm searching it on Saki.
Hey, folks. So this is how we roll right here, as you can tell. So this is how we do it here at Talk TV Media Network. The game has begun. So we'll find a way to bring you the game. Okay? Until then, like I always say, don't do what I do. Do what God wants you to do. Adios.
That's